Alrighty, folks, we're here with another weekly video for Back to Divinity, except that we are starting off a new year. So super excited to see how Back to Divinity continues to grow this year and how our spiritual community also continues to expand. So first, I want to start off by saying Happy New Year. Congratulations on completing 2024, the year 8. And I'm super excited to talk about what it means as we enter 2025, representing the year 9. Now, I myself have a special connection to the number 9 as I am a life path number 9, and I would love to dive into it. I probably will also one day spend a video talking about life path numbers, but that's for another time. So year 8, right? We were asked to revisit certain themes around abundance, around our relationship to strength, right? Around our relationship to being able to walk away from things, setting boundaries when it's needed, being able to say no more comfortably, right? I heard a lot of conversations around that this year or this past year. I did post a video with 3 reflection questions for 2024, but one of them was, what is your relationship to abundance, right? And how has that changed? How have you embodied, right, that change, right? How have you recognized the abundance that is already around you? How have you started to move through a more abundant mindset to call in further abundance, right? Then the other one was strength, right? What is your relationship to strength? What does being strong mean to you? And what does that look like for you, right? And how have you adjusted, right, your relationship to strength over 2024? The other thing is walking away from things. How are you called, right? Whether through unexpected changes or, unexpected external things that caused for you to alter the way that you were doing things, right? How is it that you flowed with that, right? Did you resist walking away from things that you needed to walk away from? Or did you actively walk away from the things that you needed to walk away from? Your reflection to those questions is going to play a really big role in the things that you end up going through in year 9. So let's dive in. Year 9 represents completion, right? Right after 9, we go back to 0, 1, right? That is that full energy, that new beginning energy, that starting all over, starting fresh, right? Now we are in that graduation energy. This year is about graduating, folks. You are going to be graduating, right? But one of the biggest things about graduation, as when you think about any sort of graduation, wherever you've had it, whether that was college, whether that was high school, middle school, whatever graduation you have been in, right? You all know that there's always that period right before graduation where huge reflection happens on what led up to that graduation moment, right? So I remember when I was in high school, right, we started doing yearbook committee. We start thinking and reflecting over the last 4 years before you graduate. Same thing in college, right? You're reflecting on all the classes that you took from the beginning and the friends that you made from the beginning and how that had changed over the 4 years, right? That is the same energy that you're about to be in this upcoming year. You're going to find yourself getting ready to complete certain cycles and finding yourself closing out mentally certain cycles that you shared in the past, right? That led up to the moment that we are in today. So year 9, right? 9 and 6. These are 2 numbers that stand out heavily to me. 6 and 9, there are times where people will flip the number upside down like, I don't know if this is a 6 or a 9. That is something I want to highlight here. It's actually super significant that they're mirrored in that way. In order for us to reach the 9, which is completion, we must go through the 6. Now, this is the interesting thing about number 9. As a life path number 9, 9 is made up of all of the numbers prior to it. So it holds all the energies of all the prior numbers, suggesting that in order for you to complete out the cycle, you must revisit all of the prior themes. That being said, everything you are revisiting this year is going to be super significant to what you end up entering into. Meaning, in order for you to graduate from the cycle, you must revisit the yearbook. So what I mean by that is that you will have to look back and think about, what are the things that I've been through? How have they shaped who I am, right? What were the harder parts of life that I've been through in the past 8 years or so, right? And how is it that it's going to look different moving forward, right? These are all going to be really important things that are going to be highlighted throughout 2025, right? I'm going to dive into the tarot cards that hold the number 9, right? We have the Hermit. Hermit card is number 9 in the tarot deck. That being said, you will definitely find yourself in hermit mode a lot this year, meaning you're going to need those moments to introspect. You're going to need those moments to be within yourself. Take advantage of the winter season to do a lot of that hermit mode energy. While we are still in hibernation, think about, what is it that I learned from the past couple of years, right? Sit with your feelings about what has conspired in the past couple of years, right? That's super important. Why? Let's talk about it. The other 9 is the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is giving, you are literally entrapped in all of your thoughts in a way where now you have to fight your demons. So that is also going to be a big number 9 energy. It's mental energy. How can you shift your mindset to not feel like a victim of your circumstances, but rather to now faced your circumstances, have accepted the past, and are now able to fully move forward in a way where your wounds are no longer self-sabotaging your new beginnings. That is going to be crucial. So through your hermit mode energy, you want to make sure that you're spending a good amount of time fighting those inner demons, thinking about those shadow thoughts. And how is it that you can now really sit with those circumstances and those thoughts and those things that happened in a way where you can actually reach closure, right? That's going to be super pivotal this year and super important in the healing journey. So the Hermit card, the Nine of Swords. The other thing is going to be the Nine of Wands, right? The Nine of Wands is heavy, like, damn, like we went through it. we made it this far. Like we went through all of the trials and tribulations and we made it here. That's how a lot of us are leaving 2024, feeling that Nine of Wands energy. That being said, you're going to have to think very thoroughly about what were the things that led me to feel like the way that I feel now? How can I make sure to avoid that again, right? How can I make sure to avoid ever feeling like the Nine of Wands again, which is feeling super burdened and just at this point burnt out, right? So how can we avoid feeling burnt out? That's going to be coming up a lot, right? Especially as you are revisiting past feelings, past hurts, past wounds. Those are going to make you feel like the Nine of Wands at times. And you're going to want to make sure that you're taking enough, remember, hermit mode energy, enough introspection time to really sit with what it is that you're feeling, to face it head on and really bring closure to it in a way that allows for you to build further expansive energy rather than feeling, trapped by your own experiences. The next thing is the Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is a great one. The Nine of Pentacles is really screaming independence. So that being said, with the Hermit, with the fighting your inner demons, with the Nine of Swords, and with the Nine of Wands of, really feeling burnt out from everything that has transpired, you need something that's going to catapult you forward. So that's the transformation of number 9. Now it's how can I turn all of this into now viewing myself as a strong, independent, abundant person that I can possibly be. Because the Nine of Pentacles is someone who feels like they are around all of their fruits of their labor, right? They have reached that point where they feel on their throne, right? Somebody who feels super abundant, somebody who feels like very in their element type of energy, right? Not only are you feeling financially secure, but you're also feeling secure in so many other areas, right? And so that is going to be highlighted also with the year 9. Super important that you're spending enough time through your hermit mode energy to think about not only how is it that I can avoid these circumstances that have, transpired over the years that haven't been for my utmost good, but how is it that now I can transmute that energy into recognizing how I became the person that I became through these experiences, which is again, finding the gratitude in the journey, right? Because that ends up strengthening you and ends up giving you that momentum, right, that you need in order to feel like you are ready to step into this newfound energy, accepting that your past experiences were a part of creating who you are now, right? The other thing is, lastly, the Nine of Cups. Now, the Nine of Cups is probably one of the most exciting cards in the tarot deck. That card is representing wish fulfillment. Now, this is somebody who feels like they have everything at the tip of their fingers, right? Almost like a magic manifestor energy, but somebody who has reached their ultimate wish. Now, that is going to be the energy of 2025, as long as you allow for yourself to do all of the work that leads up to that moment where you feel that complete wish fulfillment, right? This is that energy of feeling like all of your hard work has genuinely paid off, and now you get to see the fruits of your labor even more in front of you, building off of the same energy of the Nine of Pentacles, right? And so as much as the 9 energy represents this sense of completion, which opens up the doors to new, there's also this heavy energy of recognizing that completion cannot be reached without genuinely facing the things that have led to this moment, right? And so that's going to be a big energy of the year 9. The year 9 in 2025 also ends up being the Chinese Zodiac of the snake. Now, the year of the snake is super in alignment with 9 energy. Snake is transformation. Snake is shedding that old skin. And that's going to be heavily the theme in 2025, right? What is it that we need to shed, right? What wounds are we still carrying? What scars are we still carrying, right? That we need to let go of in order to fully allow for ourselves to be ready for the new year energy in 2026, which is going to be full of lots of new beginnings, right? How is it that I can fully prepare myself for when that moment comes? That way I don't take these wounds and these scars with me into my new beginning. That is going to be a big part of the year 9. Now, is it going to be as tumultuous as the year 8? No, because at this point, all you're doing is facing it head on, transmuting the energy and now claiming it as your superpower moving forward rather than as the thing that was holding you back, right? And so this is the super exciting part of entering the year 9, right? The last thing about number 9 is it also is a humanitarian energy, signifying thinking about a community focus, right? So thinking about your relationships with others, your giving nature, your ability to receive was something that was probably highlighted in the year 8. And so you definitely want to think further about that in the year 9. Again, 6 being the opposite of 9. 6 is that equal give and take. That is also going to be highlighted throughout the year 9. So step into humanitarian energy giving, but also make sure that you're open to receiving, because that is going to be a really key balance that needs to occur in order for you to successfully close out cycles and make room for new ones. Okay. So all in all, super excited to get into this very transformative year. We are all a snake this year, and we are all going to be shedding old skin. And a huge part of that is facing your wounds and your scars from your past experiences head on so that you can fully be ready for the new of 2026. Alrighty, folks. Again, Happy New Year. Congratulations on making it through 2024, and super excited to see how 2025 ends up transforming each and every one of you. Alrighty.